Hello, my dear brothers and sisters of CBSE Class 10th. I welcome you all to my YouTube channel, M. Ahmad Study Circle. In today's video, we are going to discuss the multiple choice questions from the chapter A Letter to God from your First Flight English book. Well, let's get started. Question number one. Lencho wrote a letter, and we all know from the story that Lencho wrote a letter to God. So, option number A is the correct answer. Okay, let's move to question number two. Question number two says, why did Lencho become angry when he counted the money? Well, my dear friends, in this story, we all have studied that Lencho the farmer, he had demanded 400 pesos, and the postmaster himself and all his employees were only able to collect 70 pesos for him. So when he received the money and when he counted it, he found it by 30 pesos less, and he got furious, he got angry. So the option number B here should be the answer. Lenchu received 30 pesos less than what he had demanded from God, and that's why he got angry, and he said to God that don't send me money from the post office from next time, as all the employees of the post office, they are a bunch of crooks. And this is the irony, this is the greatest irony that we find in this story. Well, let's see question number three. Where was Lencho's house? My dear friends, Lencho's house was situated at the top of a hill, so the option number B is the correct answer of this question. Okay, let's move to question number 4. Question number 4 says, for Lencho, there was a single hope, and that single hope was help from whom? Help from God. So, option number A here is the correct answer for question number 4. Okay, let's move to question number 5. Question number 5 says, Lencho's field needed dash for a good harvest. And according to the story, Lencho's field needed a good rain for a good harvest. And the answer for this question is option number C. Let's move to question number 6. Question number 6 says, what does Lencho call the post office employees? And we all have just discussed in a previous question that Lencho called all the post office employees a bunch of crooks. And here, option number D is the correct answer for this question. Let's move to question number 7. Question number 7 says, what did Lencho hope for? And the answer is option number A for this question. Lencho hoped for a good shower of rain for his crop so that he can get a good harvest that year. Okay, so option number A is the correct answer for question number 7. Let's move on to question number 8. And my dear friends, question number 8 says, why was Lencho satisfied? Well, options are option number A, on seeing a new tractor in his field. Option number B, on seeing a new buffalo. Option number C, on seeing the field of ripe corn with flowers. And here, option number C is the correct answer for this question. Let's move on to question number 9. Question number 9 says, why did Lencho need money? And the options are to buy a tractor. No, this is not the answer. To save his family from hunger. Yes. Option number B is the correct answer for this question. He wanted 100 pesos to save his family from hunger till he can sow another crop next year, as all his cornfield was completely damaged by the hailstones. And this is why he had demanded from God 100 pesos, as he blamed the God for the hailstones, as he saw it a natural phenomena, and he believed that this natural phenomena can only be caused by God. That's why he had written the letter to God in the first place. Okay, question number 10 says, what did the postmaster do then? Well, options are option number A, he decided to collect the money and send it to Lencho. Yes, this is the correct answer for this question number 10. When the postmaster, he read the letter, He found it very funny, but very immediately, in a few seconds, he turned very serious and he thought that what a great faith this man had in God. And he decided that if he did not reply the letter with the money in it, Lencho's unwavering faith in God will be shaken, and this the postmaster didn't want. That's why he decided to collect the money from himself and from his employees, and he sent it to Lencho. And we all know that the demand was not completed by the post office employees or the postmaster himself, as Lencho's demand was 100 pesos, but they were only able to collect 70 pesos. Okay, let's move ahead. For, let's move ahead to question number 11. Question number 11 says, who read the letter sent by Lencho? Well, the letter was collected from the letterbox by the postman, but the postman did not open the letter. He took the letter from the letterbox and he gave it to the postmaster. And here, option number B, the postmaster is the correct answer, who opened the letter and he read it. Okay, question number 12. Okay, question number 12 says, who is the author of the lesson A Letter to God? Well, there is nothing much to discuss in this question, and the answer is quite obvious. Option number A, G.L. Fuentes, is the author of this lesson A Letter to God. Well, let's move ahead to question number 3. Not 3, question number 13. Question number 13 says, what is the irony in this lesson? My dear friends, irony is something that when you do good for someone and what you return uh, in back, and what you return is something that you didn't expect, and that something is very evil, right? Well, we all know that the post office employee and the postmaster himself, they did a fantastic job by saving Lencho's faith in God by sending him money in the envelope. And what did they return from Lencho? A remark that they were all a bunch of crooks. Well, let's find out the answer of this question. Option number A, Lynch was sad after the hailstorm, even though he was the one waiting for a shower. Well, this is a fact. This is not an irony. Option number B, postmaster laughed at Lencho but still helped arrange money for him. Well, this is another fact from the story. This is not the irony. So this is not the answer of this question. Question Option number C. Lencho blamed the post office employees who in fact helped him. Yes, this option number C is the correct answer. He actually blamed all the post office employees who actually helped him. Okay, so this is option number C is the answer for this question. Let's move to question number 14. And question number 14 says, why was Lencho not surprised on seeing the money in the envelope? As we all know from the story, when Lencho received the envelope and he found the money in it, he was not surprised. Why? Just because he had this great unwavering faith in God. So, option number B here is the correct answer for this question. Let's move ahead to question number 15. How much money was the postmaster able to arrange? And we all know that the demand was 100 pesos, but they were only able to arrange 70 pesos. And this option number D is the correct answer for this question. Let's move ahead to question number 16. Why did the postmaster decided to reply Lencho's letter? And look, my dear friends, we have already discussed multiple times that the postmaster did not want to shake Lencho's faith in God. That's why he decided to reply the letter. So the option number C is the correct answer, to preserve Lencho's faith in God. Question number 17. The postmaster was a fat, amiable man. What is the meaning of amiable? Here, amiable means friendly. So option number C is the correct answer for this question. Let's move ahead to question number 18. How much money did Lencho ask for? Very simple, 100 pesos. Move ahead to question number 19. What was the only hope left in the hearts of Lencho's family? This we have already discussed in the previous questions. So option number C, help from God, was the last hope in the hearts of the Lencho's family. Question number 20. The field looked as if it were covered in salt. Option number A is the correct answer for this questions. Question number 21. Which crop was growing on Lencho's field? Option number A, corn, as it was a cornfield which was got uh, destroyed by the hailstone and then after uh, by a plague of the locusts. Okay, we'll discuss it if a question like that comes. Question number 22. Where did Lencho expect the downpour to come from? Well, we have already discussed in the story that the whole morning Lencho didn't do anything as he was only looking in the sky in the northeast direction. From there, he was expecting a little rain to come and do a very good thing to his cornfield so that he can get a good harvest. So, option number B, northeast, is the right answer for this question. Question number 23. What did Lencho compare the large raindrops with? Look, my dear friends, this question is a bit confusing. And the answer first, I'll tell you the answer for this question. The, the large raindrops, they were compared with new coins. Don't confuse with the pearls, as the hailstones were compared with the pearls. So if the question had been asked that what did Lencho compare the hailstones, then the option would have been then the answer would have been option number B, pearls. But here, if you would consider, here the raindrops is being compared with option number D, new coins. As in the story, Lencho said that these small raindrops, they are 5 cent pieces, and these big raindrops, they are 10 cent pieces. So the answer for this question should be option number D, new coins. Okay, let's move ahead to question number 24. Lencho compared the quantum of damage with, yes, Lencho compared the quantum of damage with a plague of locusts. As he said in the story, that if a plague of locusts would have attacked his harvest, his cornfield, they would have left something. But this hailstone has left nothing. So, this is option number C is the correct answer for this question. Let's move ahead to question number 25. What was the immediate reaction of the postman on seeing the letter? So, when the postman uh, well, question number 25 says, what was the immediate reaction of the postman on seeing the letter? Well, the postman, when he took the envelope from the letterbox and he read the address written on the envelope to God, he just lost his senses and he started laughing wildly. So, option number A is the correct answer, laughed wholeheartedly. Well, let's move ahead to question number 26. Why did the postmaster decide to help the farmer? We have already discussed this. Well, let's find out the answer. Option number A, he had also suffered similarly in the past and could understand the farmer's plight. No, this is not the answer. He was a generous man. Yes, he was a generous man, but this couldn't be our answer. He wanted to retain the farmer's faith in God. Yes, option number C is the correct answer for this question. Let's move ahead to question number 27. On seeing the letter, the postmaster was moved by Lencho's what? Lencho's unwavering faith in God. And this is the reason, in the first place, that the postmaster decided to answer the letter. Question number 28. Why did the postmaster decide to reply to Lencho's letter? Option number C, to preserve Lencho's faith in God. We have discussed this question multiple times in the previous questions as well. Question number 29. Why was Lenchu not surprised on seeing the money in the envelope? Look, my dear friends, when Lenchu received the money, when he opened the envelope and there was actual money in it, he was not surprised. If there would have been any other person, any normal person, they would have been surprised. But he wasn't. Why? It's because he had this great, unwavering faith in God, and he believed when he wrote the letter that actually he is going to get a reply for this letter. That's why he was not surprised at all. Well, the last question of this session is question number 30, and it says, what is the irony in this lesson? My dear friends, a similar type of question has been already discussed in previous question, and the irony is option number C in this story. Lencho blamed the post office employees who in fact helped him. So my dear friends, for this was all in this video. We have discussed 30 MCQs from the chapter A Letter to God. Well, this was it for this video. Let me know in the comment section whether you liked it or not. If you like the video, please hit the like button. If you are new to this channel, please, I request you to subscribe the channel, as I am planning to discuss all the chapters from your first flight English book, first process, and then I would start discussing the MCQs of the poetries. And after completing this first flight book, you would also start discussing the MCQs from your complimentary book, Footprints Without Feet, as well. Well, see you in the next video. Till then, take care. Bye bye.